Alright, so isang mapagpalang gabi po 'no, sa inyong lahat teachers. I hope nandito na po ang lahat and welcome po sa ating panghuling session na. Again, panghuling session na po ito and of course, pag-uusapan naman po natin 'no, yung mga konsepto hinggil po sa ating Industrial Arts Technology, okay? So I hope nandito na po yung ating mga TLE majors at saka yung ating mga TVET majors. Sige nga po, magparamdam diyan sa ating comment section 'no, pakilapag po blue hearts galing po sa ating mga TVET. And of course, pahingi naman po ng red hearts, no? Coming from our TLE majors. Okay? Magandang hapon po. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Okay? Magandang hapon po kay Sir Frederick, no? Kay Miss Chelsea dito, magandang hapon din po. Okay? Kay Velia Sun, of course, magandang hapon din po. No? Huwag pong mahiyang maglapag dyan. Magparamdam po sa ating comment section. And of course, here, paki-share po ng ating live. Okay? Paki-mention din po ng ating mga kakilala, yung ating mga friends, no? Nakukuha po ng napapalapit na licensure examination for professional teachers, at least matulungan po natin sila, okay? So we have here, I see a lot of red hearts here, okay? Nandito na din po ba yung ating mga TVTED? Kapag nandito na po, no, magparamdam dyan, pahingi po ng blue heart sa ating comment section, okay? Mayong hapon, okay? Mayong hapon po, Sir Ruel. Okay, good afternoon, Miss Mitz, no? And of course here, we are done with agri-fisheries, okay? We are done with ICT, no? We are also done with home economics, and of course this will be our last session, okay? So I hope ito na din po yung inyong first and last board examination, okay? First and last na review po sa akin, no? And of course here, again, pag-uusapan po natin again ha, yung ating mga konsepto hinggil naman po sa ating industrial arts technology. And of course here, no, bago po tayo magsimula, I invite everyone to pray. Let's have our daily prayer here. Lord God, as I begin my review, calm my mind and strengthen my focus. Grant me wisdom to understand, patience to learn, and clarity to remember all that I've studied. Guide my thoughts, remove all fear, and fill my heart with confidence and peace. May my efforts bring honor to you and lead me closer to my goals. Amen. Alright. And of course here, no, bago po tayo magsimula, kapag handa na po tayo makipagbardagulan dyan sa ating comment section, pakilapag po, ready na. Again, kapag handa na po tayo makipagbardagulan dyan sa ating comment section, pahingi po, ready na. Okay, good afternoon, watching from Talisayan, Misamis Oriental. Okay, magandang hapon po. Okay, nandito na si Miss Eunice, yung ating TVET major. Okay? Sige, laban po tayo, no? So at least, handang-handa na po tayo at excited na i-ace po yung ating napapalapit na licensure examination. Okay? Hello po. Ilang items po tayo tonight? We will be dealing, no? 50 items pa rin po. Again, 50 items for our industrial arts technology. Okay? So, try po nating mabilisan yung ating discussion ha. At least po, no? Hindi po tayo maabutan ng bagyo dito kasi nga po binabagyo po kami. So at least, no, hindi po tayo masyadong mahirapan sa ating connection. Okay? Magandang hapon po. Good PM, Sir Jericho. Okay, ready na? Ready na? And of course, here, wag na po natin patagalin, no? Let's begin our discussion with item number 1. Okay, your question here. What is the process of finishing a mortar joint with a tool to improve water resistance in appearance? Is that A, pointing, letter B, grouting, letter C, jointing, or letter D, slushing? What is your choice? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. No? Kahit alanganin po yung ating mga sagot dyan ha, wala pong problema yan. Okay? Bawal judgmental po tayo dito. Okay? So at least po, no, kapag na-encounter na po natin sa actual board examination, okay, alam na po natin yung ating mga sagot. Okay? So again, your item number 1, what is the process of finishing a mortar joint with a tool to improve water resistance in appearance? Is it A, pointing, letter B, grouting, letter C, jointing, or letter D, slushing? What is your choice? Item number 1 ay si Larcias. Tumpak ba yung Larcy natin? What about the others? Huwag pong mahiyang maghabol dyan, no, sa ating comment section. And of course here, kapag ganito po yung ating na-encounter, no, sa actual board examination, if we are talking about the process of finishing of mortar joint, no, using a specialized tool to improve water resistance in appearance. Of course, yung tumpak na choice natin dito, of course, could be letter C, no? That is what we call jointing mismo. Okay? Tanda lamang po natin, kapag sinabi po natin jointing, of course, ito po yung ating proseso, no? The process of finishing and shaping the mortar joint using po yung ating mga special tool, no? Yung tawag natin dito would be our jointer. And of course, this improves the appearance of the masonry work and helps make the joint more compact and water resistant, preventing moisture from entering the wall. Okay? Ito po mismo yung ating jointing na tinatawag. Okay? Tanda naman po natin, kapag sinabay naman po natin pointing, of course, it refers to repairing or renewing damaged mortar joints. Okay? Yan po yung ating pointing. Kapag grouting naman po, of course, the process of filling gaps or cavities no, with fluid cement or grout. Okay? Kadalasan po, ginagawa po natin ito sa ating mga tile work. Okay? Yan po yung ating grouting. Kapag slushing, of course, ito po ay, tanda lamang po natin, again, pag sinabi po natin slushing, of course, ito po ay coating the wall surface with a thin mortar mixture, mainly for rough finishing. Okay, yan po yung ating splashing. But then we are talking about here the process of finishing mortar joint with a tool to improve water resistance and appearance. That is what we call jointing. No? Letter C po, yung ating tumpak na choice. We go to item number 2. Which of these mortar types is best suited for non-load-bearing interior walls? Is it A type M, letter B type S, letter C type N, or letter D type O? What is your choice? Item number 2. Again, we are talking about here a type of mortar, no, that is best suited for non-load-bearing interior walls. Okay, so ano po ito? Is that A type M, letter B type S, letter C type N, or letter D type O? Good afternoon po, Sir Francisco. Okay, humabol po tayo dyan, no? Huwag pong maglapag dyan sa ating comment section. Item number 2, what is your choice? I see letter A. Tumpak ba yung letter A natin? What about the others? Huwag pong maglapag dyan sa ating comment section. O kapag for non-load-bearing interior walls, of course, yung tupak na choice natin dito, magligwak po tayo kasi yung tupak na choice would be letter D. No? That is what we call the type O mortar. Okay? Tanda lamang po natin, kapag sinabi po natin type O mortar, of course, ito po ay low-strength mortar mixture. No? Commonly, ginagamit po natin ito for non-load-bearing interior walls and repairs. Okay? Kumbaga, it has a lower compressive strength compared to other mortar types, making it suitable for interior applications kung saan po yung ating mga structural strength is not highly required. Okay, yan po yung ating type O mortar. Kapag type M po, ito po ay high strength mortar no, na ginagamit po natin for heavy loads, no, katulad po ng ating mga foundations, ng ating mga retaining walls, and even po yung ating mga underground masonry. Okay, yan po yung ating type M mortar. Kapag type S po, ito po ay medium high strength, no? Kadalasan ginagamit po natin ito for load-bearing walls and exterior masonry. Kapag type N, of course, ito po ay general purpose mortar. Commonly, ginagamit po natin ito for exterior and above ground walls. Okay, so nakuha po natin ha, kapag pinag-uusapan po natin yung klase po ng ating mortar, no, suited for non-load-bearing interior walls, that is what we call the type O mortar. Kaya letter D po, yung ating tumpak na choice. We go to item number 3. In bricklaying, a stretcher is a brick laid so that is that A, its long, narrow sound is visible. Letter B, its small end is visible. Letter C, its wide, flat side is visible. Or letter D, it stands vertically on its end. What is your choice? Item number 3. Kapag stretcher, no? Napag-usapan na po natin ito previously, okay? Kapag stretcher po, ano po yan? Is that A, its long, narrow side is visible. Letter B, its small end is visible. Letter C, its wide, flat side is visible. Or letter D, it stands vertically on its end. What is your choice? Item number 3. Kapag stretcher, okay? Ginaya ko lang si Sir Jericho, okay? Huwag po tayong gumaya. Not every time po, no? Yung na ginagaya po natin, tumpak yung mga choices, okay? So at least natuto po tayo. Okay? Kapag stretcher po, ano po yung tumpak na choice? I see letter A. Tumpak ba yung letter A natin? Of course, kapag stretcher po, yung ating pinag-uusapan, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be letter A mismo, no? It's long, narrow side is visible. Again, kapag yung mahaba na side, ha, but masikip, no, or narrow side, that is what we call the stretcher, no? Kapag short end naman po yung nakaharap, no? Yan naman po yung tinatawag natin na header. Okay? Sa ano ka po? Kapag mahaba, no, pero masikip, yan po ay stretcher, no? Kapag short end po, that is header. Okay? So nakuha po natin yung difference between the two. We go to item number 4. What is the standard thickness of a horizontal mortar bed joint? Is it a 1/8 inch? Letter B, 3/8 inch. Letter C, 3/4 inch. Or letter D, 1 inch. What is your choice? Item number 4. Pakilapag po. O sige, item number 4. What is your choice here? Kapag standard thickness of a horizontal mortar bed joint, no? Bed joint, okay? So if in case po, kapag tinanong kung ano po yung bed joint, of course, ito lamang po yung horizontal layer of mortar, no, placed between bricks or masonry units to bond them together, okay? Yan po yung ating bed joint, no? So what is your choice here? Is it a 1/8, letter B 3/8, letter C 3/4, or letter D 1 inch? I see letter B is tumpak ba yung letter B natin? I see letter A as well, okay? So medyo umiiba yung ating mga choices dito, no? So item number 4, of course, yung tapak na choice natin dito would be magdiwang po lahat na nagsagot ng letter B, no? That is 3/8 inch. Okay, paano po natin yan nasabi, no? Tanda lamang po natin na yung standard thickness po ng ating mortar bed joint is about 3H, di ba? Approximately, that is 10 millimeters para ma-ensure po natin yung proper bonding and uniform alignment of bricks. Okay, so yung kapag tinanong po again, kapag standard thickness po ng ating mga bed joint, of course, yung tupak na choice natin dito would be the 3/8 inch. No? So, nakuha po natin ha. Item number 4, letter B po yung ating tumpak na choice. We go to item number 5. Which of these is a hidden defect? No? Hidden defect in lumber characterized by a separation of the wood fibers between the annual growth rings. Is it a check? Letter B, not. Letter C, shake. Or letter D, wane. What is your choice? Okay, ilang items po tayo this afternoon? 50 items po. Sige, pakilapag. Item number 5. Pakilapag po sa ating comment section kapag hidden defect, no? Hindi po natin siya actually makikita agad-agad. Okay? Yan po yung sinasabi dito, no? And again, here, this is characterized by a separation of the wood fibers between the annual growth rings. I see laracies. Tumpak ba yung laracy natin? Of course, kapag ganito po yung ating mga katanungan no, sa actual board examination, yung tupak na choice natin dito would be magdiwang po lahat na nagsagot ng letter C, no? That is shake mismo, okay? Tanda lamang po natin, kapag sinabi po natin shake, of course, ito po ay defect, no, in a lumber where there is a separation or crack between the annual growth rings of the wood, okay? Ito lamang po yung itsura ng ating mga shake defect, no? Tanda lamang po natin, kapag sinabi naman po natin check, no, ito naman po ay crack along the grain. Again, kapag check po, that is a crack along the grain. Kapag not naman, of course, ito po ay remnant po ng ating mga branch na embedded in the wood. Okay, makikita po natin yung marka mismo ng mga branches no sa ating mga lumbers. Okay, yan po yung ating knot. Kapag wane po, tanda lamang po natin, of course, this one is some missing wood or bark along the edge or corner of lumber. Okay, sana nakuha po natin ha. Kapag hidden defect po, that is characterized by separation of the wood fibers, that is what we call the shape, no? Tanda lamang po natin ha, paki-screenshot na lamang po yung mga different wood defects or warps na tinatawag. Okay, paki-screenshot po ito. So at least alam po natin yan. Okay? So let's proceed with item number 6. When framing a floor, the horizontal structural members, okay? Horizontal structural members that support the subfloor are called, is it a studs, letter B, rafters, letter C, joists, or letter D, trusses? What is your choice? Item number 6. So, di ba? So at least, no, alam na alam po natin yung mga ganitong tanungan. Again, your question here, when framing a floor, what do you call the horizontal structural members? Is that A, studs, letter B, rafters, letter C, joists, or letter D, trusses? What is your choice? Item number 6, I see letter C is. Tumpak ba yung letter C natin? What about the others? Huwag po mahimaglapag dyan sa ating comment section. I see letter C is, I see letter A is. Okay, tumpak ba yung mga choices natin? Of course, kapag ganito po yung ating na-encounter, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be letter C, no? That is the joist mismo. Okay, ano po yung itsura ng ating joist? Ito po siya, okay? Ito po siya. Ito po siya mismo, okay? Horizontal structural members. Again, tanda naman po natin again, kapag sinabi po natin joist, of course, ito po yung ating mga horizontal structural members na ginagamit po natin no, in our floor construction to support the subfloor and distribute the load to beams or walls. Okay, yan po yung ating joist. Kapag studs po, tanda naman po natin, ito po ay vertical framing members na ginagamit po natin in our wall construction. Okay, yan po yung ating mga studs. No? Ito po yung itsura ng ating stud. Okay, the vertical framework. Kapag rafters po, of course, ito po ay sloping structural members used in roof framing. Okay, yan naman po yung ating mga rafters. Kapag trusses, of course, ito naman po ay mga engineered triangular frameworks commonly ginagamit po natin to support roofs or large spans. Okay, so nakuha po natin ha, kapag horizontal structural members that support the subfloor, that is what we call the joist. No? Larasi po yung ating tumpak na joist. We go to item number 7. To cut a 45-degree angle across the face of a board for a picture frame, you would use is it a rip saw? Let it be miter saw, let it be keyhole saw, or let it be compass saw. What is your choice? Kapag 45 degree, no? Kapag picture frame, o ano po yan? Is it a rip saw, let it be miter saw, let it be keyhole, or let it be compass saw? What is your choice? Item number 7. Of course, kapag ganito po, no, yung na-encounter natin sa actual board examination, kapag 45-degree picture frame, that is letter B, no? Yan po yung ating miter saw mismo. Okay? Tandaan po natin, kapag sinabi po nating miter saw, of course, ito po yung klase ng saw, no, or tool designed to make precise angle cuts, especially common angles like 45 degrees, which are often used, no, when making picture frames, moldings, and corner joints. Okay, yan po yung ating miter saw. Kapag rip saw, kasi of course, ito naman po yung ginagamit natin, no, for cutting wood along the grain. Kapag keyhole saw, of course, this one is used for cutting small holes or irregular shapes. Kapag compass saw, of course, ito naman po ay ginagamit natin for cutting curves, no, or circular openings in wood. Okay, so nakuha po natin ha, kapag 45-degree angle across the face of a board for a picture frame, that is a miter saw. We go to item number 8, which instrument is used to measure the amount of electrical currents. Again, kapag electrical current, is it a voltmeter, let it be ohmmeter, let it be wattmeter, or let it be ammeter? What is your choice? Item number 8. Kapag nakita po natin ha, electrical current. Of course, ang tupak na choice natin dito would be, this is letter D, no? Yan po yung ating ammeter na tinatawag. Okay, tanda lamang po natin, kapag sinabi po nating ammeter, of course, ito po yung ating electrical measuring instrument na ginagamit po natin para ma-measure po no, yung amount of electric current flowing through a circuit. Okay, yan po yung ating ammeter. Kapag voltmeter, of course, from the word itself, volt, no? It means we are using this one to measure voltage, no, or electrical potential difference. Kapag ohmmeter, of course, from the word ohms, okay? So it means yung measure naman po natin dito would be the resistance. Okay, yan po yung ating ohmmeter. Kapag wattmeter, of course, this one is used to measure electrical power in watts. Okay, sana nakuha po natin ha. Kapag current po, that is ammeter. We go to item number 9. What is the total resistance of 2 ohm resistors connected in series? Again, total resistance of 2 ohm resistors. They are connected in series. Okay, so is that A 5 ohms, let me 10 ohms, let me 20 ohms, or let it be 100 ohms? What is your choice? Item number 9. Kapag naka-series po, ano po yung tumpak na choice natin dito, no? Okay, madami ka pa talagang dapat matutunan, no? Hindi sapat ang 45 days na kapag re-review, mas lalo lang akong kinakabahan. Okay, huwag po kong makabahan, no? Sir Virgil, okay? Huwag pong kabahan, okay? So kapag kinabahan po tayo, of course, ang laki po ng tsansa na yung mga inaral natin ay mawawala, okay? Magka-mental block ka, no? So dapat confident po tayo, no? Given the fact na papalapit na yung ating licensure examination. Okay, maniwala po tayo sa ating mga sarili, no? Huwag po nating dudahan yung ating mga abilidad. Okay, so item number 9, of course, yung tupak na choice natin dito, no? Kapag naka-series po, of course, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be Laracino, that is 20 ohms. Very easy lamang po kapag hinahanap po natin yung ating total resistance and naka-series po yung ating connection, we just have to add. Okay? Add lang po natin yung dalawang 10 ohm resistors natin dito and of course, that gives us 20 ohms. Okay? Kaya Laraci po yung ating tumpak na choice. We go to item number 10. According to the National Electrical Code or NEC, what is the standard color for a neutral wire? Again, kapag neutral wire in a 120-volt circuit, is that a white, let it be black, let it be red, or let it be green? What is your choice? Item number 10, what is your choice here? No? So I would like to share, nung nag-prepare po ako no, for my board examination last September 2024, actually, hindi po ako na ano no na tatakot. Okay? I'm not boasting no, but here I'm excited. Okay? I'm excited kasi gusto ko na pong matapos yung aking mga paghihirap no. So at least gusto ko na po magpahinga that time. Okay? I'm really exhausted no studying. studying several books, no, several reviewers. So I'm excited to finish the exam. Okay. So hindi po ako natakot, to be honest. Okay. Kapag neutral wire, of course, yung tupak na choice natin dito would be, this is letter A. No, yan po ay white. Okay. Kapag neutral, that is white, ha? Okay. Kapag black po at saka yung ating red, usually ito po ay ginagamit natin, no, for live or hot wire. Okay. Kapag green po, of course, this one is used for grounding. Okay. So nakuha po natin, ha? Item number 10, kapag neutral, that is white. We go to item number 11. A circuit breaker protects a building from fire by, is that a increasing voltage during the dip, letter B, opening the circuit when current exceeds the safe limit, letter C, converting AC to DC, or letter D, grounding the lightning rod. What is your choice? Item number 11. Kapag circuit breaker, of course, yung tupak na choice natin dito would be, this is letter B, no? Opening the circuit when current exceeds a safe limit. Okay, tanda naman po natin, ha, kapag sinabi kasi natin circuit breaker, of course, ito pa yung halimbawa ng ating mga safety devices. And of course, kapag nagkaroon po ng overcurrent or short circuit po sa ating mga circuit mismo, ano po yung mangyayari? It will automatically open the circuit. Okay, so kapag open po, it means there is no continuous flow of electricity, no? So it means naka-off po yan. Kaya letter B po yung ating tumpak na choice. We go to item number 12, which semiconductor device acts like a one-way valve, allowing current to flow in only one direction. Is that a transistor? Letter B, diode. Letter C, capacitor. Or letter D, inductor. What is your choice? Item number 12. Again, we are talking about here a semiconductor device, no? That acts like a one-way valve, no? Allowing current to flow but only in one direction. Okay? So, isang direction lamang. Okay? So, ano po yan? Is that a transistor? Letter B, diode. Letter C, capacitor. Or letter D, inductor. Of course, ang tumpak na choice natin dito ay si letter B. Yes, tumpak ba yung letter B natin? Of course, that is correct. No? Yan po yung ating diode mismo. Okay? Tanda naman po natin, no? May dalawang terminals po yung ating diode. Kapag tinanong po, kapag positive terminal, that is the anode. Kapag negative terminal, of course, that is our cathode. Okay? Tanda lamang po natin yan. Kapag transistor kasi, of course, ito naman po ay ginagamit natin, no, for amplifying or switching signals. Kapag capacitor, of course, this one stores and releases electrical energy. Kapag inductor, of course, this resists changes in current and stores energy in a magnetic field. Okay, sana nakuha po natin, ha? Kapag semiconductor device na ginagamit po natin, no, to allow the current flow but only in one direction, that is what we call letter B, no? Yan po yung ating diode. Okay, gas-gas na yan, no? So dapat alam na po natin ito. We go to item number 13 in electronic color coding. What value does the color yellow represent? Okay, kapag yellow, no? So ano po yung value nito? Is it a 2, letter B 4, letter C 7, or letter D 9? What is your choice? Sige, item number 13, kapag yellow po yung ating color dito, no? What will be the value of yellow? Is it a 2, letter B 4, letter C 7, or letter D 9? What is your choice? Paklapag po sa ating comment section. Okay, item number 13 ay si letter B is. Tumpak ba yung letter B natin? What about the others? Huwag pong mahimaglapag dyan sa ating comment section. No? Kapag yellow, of course, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be, this is letter B. No? That is 4. Okay, tingnan lamang po natin yung ating chart dito. No? Kapag yellow po yung ating hinahanap, of course, yung value po niyan would be 4. Okay, ito lamang po siya. Okay, sana nakuha po natin, ha? Item number 13, letter B po yung ating tumpak. We go to item number 14. What is the primary function of a capacitor in an electronic circuit? O ito na-mention ko na po ito, no? Kapag capacitor, of course, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be, this is letter C, no? To store electrical charge. Okay? Tanda lamang po natin, again, kapag sinabi po natin capacitor, of course, ito po yung ating electronic component designed to store electrical energy in an electric field and release it when needed. Okay? Yan po yung function mismo ng ating capacitor. We go to item number 15. Which of these is used to join copper pipes without using heat or solder? Is that a solvent welding, letter B flaxing, letter C threading, or letter D compression fitting? What is your choice? Item number 15. Again, the one that is used to join copper pipes without using heat or solder. Okay, so ano po ito? Is that a solvent welding, letter B flaxing, letter C threading, or letter D compression fitting? What is your choice? Item number 15. 15, I see letter A's, I see letter D's. Okay, tumpak ko ba yung mga choices natin? Okay, letter D's, letter A's. And of course, ang tumpak na choice natin dito, kapag ganito po yung ating na-encounter, no, sa actual board examination, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be letter D, no? That is compression fitting. Okay, tandaan po natin ito teachers, ha? Patandaan po, kapag sinabi po natin compression fitting, of course, ito po yung ating mechanical device, no, na ginagamit po natin to join our copper pipes, no, without the need for heat or soldering. And of course, gumagamit po tayo ng mga nut and ferrule, no, or ring to create a watertight seal when tightened, no, making it ideal for plumbing where soldering is impractical. Okay, yan po yung ating compression fitting. And of course, we are not using heat or solder dito, no, to join our copper pipes. We go to item number 16. What does the water seal in a fixture trap prevent? Is that a water from overflowing? Let it be low water pressure. Let us see sewer gases from entering the room, or let it be pipe corrosion. What is your choice? Okay, item number 16, kapag water seal in a fixture trap. Okay, so ano po ba yung pine-prevent dito, no? Is that a water from overflowing? Let it be low water pressure. Let us say sewer gases from entering the room, or let it be pipe corrosion. I see letter C is, kasi mahaba na naman yung letter C. Okay. Okay, item number 16, of course, I see a lot of C's. That is correct, no? Sewer gases from entering the room. Okay, tanda lamang po natin, no, yung water seal po natin, no, in our plumbing fixture trap. Katulad po ng ating mga P-trap or yung ating mga S-trap, no? Ito po yung curved section of a pipe that retains water, creating a barrier between the sewer system and the interior of the building. Okay, and of course, yung purpose po nito is para ma-prevent po natin, no, yung mga harmful and foul-smelling sewer gases from entering living spaces. Okay? Yan po yung purpose mismo, no, ng ating mga trap, no, or water seal in a fixture trap. We go to item number 17. A check valve is designed to, is it a allow flow in only one direction? Let it be shut off water during repairs. Let it be mixed hot and cold water, or let it be increase water velocity. What is your choice? Item number 17, kapag check valve po, no, gas-gas na din po yung mga ganitong tanungan. So, dapat alam din po natin. Okay, kapag check valve po yung ating tinatanong, yung tupak na choice natin dito would be, this is, pakilapag po ng ating mga option dyan, no, sa ating comment section. I see letter B's, I see letter A's. Okay, tumpak ba yung mga choices natin? Of course, this one is letter A, no? Allow flow in only one direction. Okay? Tanda lamang po natin again, kapag sinabi po natin check valve, of course, ito po yung ating mechanical device, no, na in-install po natin sa ating mga piping system para ma-permit po natin yung ating mga fluid, no, or fluid flow in one direction while preventing backflow. Again, yung purpose po ng ating check valve is to prevent backflow, no? It allows flow of water in only one direction. Okay? Wala pong balikan yan, ha? Yan po yung purpose mismo ng ating check valve. We go to item number 18. What state is the refrigerant in as it enters the compressor? Is that a high pressure liquid? Let it be low pressure liquid. Let it be high pressure gas, or let it be low pressure gas. What is your choice? Item number 18. Sige, pakilapag po ng ating mga option dyan sa comment section. No? We are talking about here the phase, no, or state of the refrigerant as it enters the compressor. Okay, so ano po yan? Is it a high pressure liquid? Let it be low pressure liquid. Let it be high pressure gas, or let it be low pressure gas. What is your choice? Item number 18. Okay, tatlo na daw yung mali ni Sir Virgil. Okay, wala po problema niya, no? Lumaban pa rin po. Okay, item number 18, I see letter B's. Tumpak ba yung letter B natin? I see letter C as well. I see letter G's. Okay, nakakalito na yan. Okay, so item number 18, of course, ang tumpak na choice natin dito, of course, would be letter G, no? Magdiwang po lahat na nasagot ng letter G. That is low pressure gas. Okay, tanda lamang po natin, no? In our refrigeration or air conditioning system, yung compressor po natin dito, nagre-receive po yan ng refrigerant as a lower pressure gas after it leaves the evaporator. And of course, ang compressor natin dito, yan po ay responsable, no, for pressurizing the gas, increasing its temperature, and of course, no, pressure before sending it to the condenser, no, for heat release. Okay, yan po yung ating refrigerant, no, nasa low pressure gas state po yan bago po mag-enter sa ating mga compressor. We go to item number 19. Which component of the AC system is responsible for absorbing heat from the indoor air? Again, kapag absorbing heat, ano po yan? Is it a condenser, letter B, evaporator, letter C, expansion valve, or letter D, receiver dryer? What is your choice? Okay. Sir, ang gagaling nila, no? Dito ako nahihirapan sa IA. Wala pong problema yan, okay? Laban pa rin po. Okay, kapag absorbing heat, no? Ano pong klaseng component po ng ating air conditioning system na kayang-kaya po niyang i-absorb yung init, no? From the indoor air. Okay, so ano po yung tumpak na choice? I see letter D's, I see letter B's. Okay, tumpak mo yung letter B. Of course, kapag ganito po yung ating na-encounter, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be letter B, no? That is evaporator. Okay, tandaan po natin, kapag sinabi po natin evaporator, because ito po yung component ng ating air conditioning system na kayang-kaya po yung i-absorb yung init, no, from the indoor air as warm indoor air process over the evaporator cools, the refrigerant inside evaporates, taking in heat and cooling the air before it's circulated back into the room. Okay, yan po yung ating evaporator. Tandaan po natin, no, the one that absorbs heat, that is evaporator. No? Kapag condenser po, kasi ito naman po yung klase ng component, no, na nire-release niya naman yung init from the outdoor air. Okay, yan po yung ating condenser. Kapag expansion valve, of course, ito naman po ay it regulates refrigerant flow. Okay, yan po yung ating expansion valve. Okay, so nakuha po natin ha, the one that is responsible for absorbing heat from the indoor air, that is what we call evaporator. We go to item number 20, a ton of refrigeration is equivalent to how many BTUs per hour? Is it A, 1,200, let it be 5,000, let it C, 12,000, or let it be 24,000? Once again, item number 20, no? A ton of refrigeration, okay, is equivalent to how many BTUs per hour. Okay, so ano po ba yung BTUs? For those po na medyo unfamiliar po, no? Saka kapag sinabi po natin BTUs, of course, ito po ay British Thermal Units. Again, kapag BTU po, yan ay British Thermal Units. Okay, so ano po yan? What will be your value here? Is it a 1,200? Let it be 5,000? Let us say 12,000? Or let it be 24,000? Of course, ano pa yung medyo na-stress na si Sir Patrick dito, okay? Magsagot lamang po dyan, no? Wala pong problema kahit medyo ligwak tayo dyan, okay? Item number 20, I see letter D, yes. I see letter B, I see letter C. And of course, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be, this is a letter C, no? Magdiwang po lahat na nagsagot ng letter C, okay? Tanda lamang po natin, no? Pag sinabi po natin ton of refrigeration, ito po yung unit na ginagamit po natin to describe the cooling capacity of an air conditioning system. And of course, this one is defined, no, as the amount of heat required to melt 1 ton or 2,000 pounds of ice in 24 hours, which is equivalent to 12,000 BTUs or British thermal units per hour. Okay? Tandaan po natin ha, kapag ton of refrigeration, that is equivalent to 12,000 British thermal units. We go to item number 21 in digital imaging. Resolution is typically measured in, is it a PPI or pixels per inch? Letter B, FPS or frames per second? Letter C, points, or letter D, pitas? What is your choice? Item number 21. Kapag resolution, no? So ano po yung, paano po natin ito ma-measure? Is it A, pixels per inch? Letter B, frames per second? Letter C, points, or letter D, pitas? What is your choice? Item number 21. O sige, laban po tayo, no? Item number 21, what is your choice? I see letter B is kapag resolution. Resolution po, teachers, yung ating pinag-uusapan. Of course, yung tupak na choice natin dito would be, this is letter A, no? That is pixels per inch na tinatawag. Okay? Tandaan naman po natin, ha? Kapag sinabi po nating PPI, no, in our digital imaging, no, kapag sinabi po nating resolution, ito po ay number of pixels, no, contained in a given area, which determines the clarity and detail of an image. And of course, commonly, minameasure po natin ito in PPI, no, or pixels per inch, indicating how many pixels are present per inch of the image. Okay, yan po yung ating resolution mismo, no? That is measured in pixels per inch. We go to item number 22, which process involves forcing ink through a mesh screen onto a substrate. Is it a lithography, letter B, flexography, letter C, serigraphy, or letter D, gravure? What is your choice? Again, item number 22, we are talking about here the process that involves forcing ink through a mesh screen onto a substrate. Okay, so ano pong tawag dyan? Is it a lithography, letter B flexography, letter C serigraphy, or letter D gravure? Okay? O, sige po, mag-guess na lang po tayo dito no, kapag medyo unfamiliar yung ganitong mga tanungan. Okay? Para po saan yung ating FPS, that is frames per second, this one is applicable for animation. Okay? That is our FPS. Sige, item number 22. What is your choice? IC letter C, yes. Tumpak bing letter C na din serigraphy. Of course, kapag ganito po yung ating na-encounter no, sa actual board examination, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be serigraphy mismo. Okay? That is letter C, no? Tandaan naman po natin, kapag sinabi po natin serigraphy, of course, ito din po yung tinatawag natin na screen printing, di ba? Again, pag sinabi po natin serigraphy, of course, ito po yung ating printing process kung saan po yung ating ink is forced through a fine mesh screen onto a substrate. And of course, we are creating the desired image or pattern. And widely, ginagamit po natin ito for printing on fabric, no, paper, and other materials. Okay, yan po yung ating serigraphy na tinatawag. Kapag lithography, of course, ito po ay planographic printing no, process based on the repulsion of oil and water. Kapag flexography, of course, ito po ay relief printing, no, relief printing method using flexible rubber or polymer plates. Okay, yan po yung ating flexography. Okay, so nakuha po natin ha, the process that involves forcing ink through a mesh screen onto a substrate. That is what we call serigraphy. We go to item number 23. A vector image is different from a raster image because is that it is made of pixels. Letter B cannot be resized without losing quality. Letter C uses mathematical paths. It can be scaled infinitely, or letter D is only used for black and white printing. What is your choice? Item number 23. So ano po ba yung pinagkaiba ng ating mga vector image sa ating mga raster image? Okay? So bakit po, no, you might wonder, bakit may ganito pong matanungan sa ating industrial arts? Kasi meron po kayong graphic arts. Again, meron po kayong graphic arts, no? For those na medyo hindi pa po tayo familiar ha, sa mga dapat aralin natin, yung mga industrial arts po, kabilang po sa inyo yung graphic arts. So that's why meron po tayong mga klaseng katanungan na gaya po nito. Okay? So item number 23 ay si letter C, no? Kasi mahaba yung letter C and that is correct, no? Uses mathematical paths and can be scaled infinitely, okay? Tanda lamang po natin, no? Kapag sinabi po natin vector image, of course, this one is created using mathematical equations, no? To define shapes, lines, and curves, allow it to be resized to any scale without losing quality. Kumbaga, kapag niresize po natin yung ating image dito, no? Infinitely, okay? Hindi po mawawala yung kanyang kalidad. Okay? Yan po yung ating vector image na tinatawag. And of course, napaka-ideal po nito no, sa ating mga logos, sa ating mga icons, no, and even designs that require frequent resizing. Okay? Yan po yung ating vector image. Kapag raster image kasi, of course, this one cannot be resized without losing quality. No? Kaya X din po yung ating letter A, yung ating letter B, at saka yung ating letter T. Okay? So, nanukuha po natin ha. Item number 23, kapag vector image yung pinag-uusapan natin dito, letter C po yung ating tumpak na choice. We go to item number 24. What is leading in typography? Again, kapag leading, ano po yan? Is that A, the space between individual letters? Letter B, the space between lines of text? Letter C, the thickness of the main stroke? Or letter D, the alignment of the right margin? What is your choice? Item number 24. Kapag leading yung ating pinag-uusapan no, in the field or in the aspect of typography, what will be your choice here? Paklapag po. So dapat alam po natin ito ha. Kapag leading yung ating pinag-uusapan, of course, yung tupak na choice natin dito would be, this is item number 24. Yung tupak na choice natin dito would be, this is letter B, no? The space between lines of text. Okay? Tanda lamang po natin, kapag sinabi po natin again, no, na leading, it refers to the vertical spacing between lines of text measured from baseline to baseline. Okay? Proper leading improves readability and visual appeal in printed or digital text. Okay? Yan po yung ating leading mismo. No? Like for example here, no? Yung ating text dito, no? Yung vertical alignment na yan or yung spacing between the text, no? From baseline to baseline, that is what we call leading. Okay? Pasensya po sa aking arrow. Okay. Yun po yung ating leading, no? Kaya letter B po, yung ating tumpak na choice. We go to item number 25. Which engine component converts the reciprocating up and down motion of the pistons into rotary motion? Is it a camshaft, letter B crankshaft, letter C connecting rod, or letter D flywheel? What is your choice? Item number 25. Again, we are talking about here the engine component, no, na kaya po niyang i-convert yung mga reciprocating motion, no, of the pistons into rotary motion. So ano po ito? Is it a camshaft, letter B crankshaft, letter C connecting rod, or letter D flywheel? What is your choice? Item number 25. I see letter B is. Tumpak ba yung letter B natin? Of course, that is correct. No? Yan po yung ating crankshaft mismo. Okay? Tandaan naman po natin, ano po ba yung itsura ng ating crankshaft? Ito po siya. Okay? Tandaan po, kapag sinabi po natin crankshaft, of course, ito po yung ating critical engine component. No? Na kaya po niyang i-convert yung mga reciprocating or the up and down motion po ng ating mga pistons into rotary motion, no? Which ultimately drives the vehicle's wheels. Okay, yan po yung ating crankshaft. Kapag camshaft, of course, it operates the valves by opening and closing them at the correct timing. Okay, yan po yung ating camshaft. Kapag connecting rod, of course, it connects the pistons, no, to the crankshaft, transmitting motion. Okay, yan po yung ating connecting rod. Kapag flywheel, of course, it stores rotational energy and smooths engine operation. Okay, so ano pa po natin ha? We are just talking about here an engine component, no? Na kaya po niyang i-convert yung ating mga reciprocating motion of the pistons into rotary motion. That is what we call crankshaft. We go to item number 26. What is the primary purpose of the vehicle's alternator? Again, kapag nakita po natin yung alternator, yung tumpak na choice natin dito, of course, would be letter B, no? That is to recharge the battery in power electrical systems while running. Okay, tandaan po natin again ha, kapag sinabi po nating alternator, of course ito po yung ating electrical generator, no, in a vehicle na kaya po niya mag-produce ng ating mga AC, no, or alternating current, converts it into DC or direct current, and supplies it to the battery and electrical systems while the engine is running. Okay, yan po yung ating alternator, no? Kaya letter B po yung ating tumpak na choice. We go to item number 27. If an engine's exhaust smoke is blue, okay? Kapag blue po yung kanyang, ano ba ito, yung binubuga, no, ng ating mga exhaust system, it usually indicates, is it a burning coolant, letter B, burning oil, letter C, too much fuel, or letter D, water in gas tank? What is your choice? Item number 27. Pakilapag po. Sige, 27, pakilapag. I hope nandito po yung ating mga BTVTED major in automotive. Okay? I see letter C is. Tumpak ba yung letter C natin? Too much fuel? Okay, letter C is, letter B is. Okay? Tumpak po ba yung choices natin? Of course, kapag nakita po natin, no, na blue na yung, ano ba ito, yung binubuga, no, ng ating mga exhaust systems. Of course, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be, this is letter B, no? Burning oil po yan, teachers, no? Kasi nga po, no, kapag sinabi po nating blue exhaust smoke, it typically indicates na yung engine natin dito is burning oil, di ba? This, of course, when oil leaks into the combustion chamber due to worn piston rings, valve seals, or cylinder walls, producing a blue-tinted smoke from the tailpipe. Okay, yan po yung ating letter B, no? Sana nakuha po natin ha. Letter B po yung ating tumpak na choice for item number 27. We go to item number 28. In a disc brake system, what part squeezes the brake pads against the rotor? Is it a master cylinder? Letter B, drum. Letter C, caliper. Or letter D, proportioning valve? What is your choice? Item number 28. Okay. Umaaray na si Sir Francisco dito. Okay, laban po. Sige, we are talking about here in a disc brake system, no? What part squeezes the brake pads, no, against the rotor? Is it A, master cylinder, letter B, drum, letter C, caliper, or letter D, proportioning valve? What is your choice? Item number 28. Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Sige. Patunayan po natin, ayusin yung ating mga decisions sa buhay. Okay? Medyo napalakas yung sampal. Okay, so item number 28, kapag ganito po yung ating na-encounter no, sa actual board examination, yung tupak na choice natin dito would be, this is letter C. Yan po ay caliper. Okay, tanda naman po natin, ano po yung itsura ng ating caliper? Ito po siya mismo. No? Tandaan po, in our disc brake system, pag sinabi po natin caliper, of course, it houses the pistons that, when hydraulic pressure is applied, it squeezes the brake pads against the rotating brake rotor, creating friction that slows or stops the vehicle. Okay, yan yung ating caliper mismo, no? Kapag master cylinder, of course, it generates hydraulic pressure in the brake lines. Kaya X po yung ating letter A. Kapag drum naman, of course, this is a part of drum brake system, no? Hindi po ng ating disc brake system. Kaya X po yung ating letter B. Kapag proportioning valve, of course, tanda naman po natin, it regulates hydraulic pressure between front and rear brakes. Okay, so nakuha po natin ha, kapag this brake system po, kung ano pong klaseng component or part po, no, that is responsible for squeezing the brake pads against the rotor, that is what we call caliper, no? Letter C po, yung ating tumpak na choice. We go to item number 29. Which class of fire extinguisher is required for electrical fires? Again, we are talking about here the class of fire extinguisher, not designed or applicable for electrical fires. Is that a class A, letter B class B, letter C class C, or letter D class D? What is your choice? Sige, item number 29. Pakilabag po sa ating comment section. Sige, item number 29, no, we are talking about here the types or the class of fire extinguisher, no, designed or applicable for electrical fires. Okay, so what will be your choice here? Is that a class A, letter B class B, letter C class C, or letter D class D? What is your choice? Of course, kapag ganito po yung ating na-encounter, no, sa actual board examination, yung tupak na choice natin dito would be, this is class C mismo. Okay, tanda naman po natin ha, may mga klase po yung ating fire extinguisher. Okay? Hindi lamang po sila basta-basta na fire extinguisher. Okay? May mga ano po sila, no? May mga class po sila. Okay? Kapag class A po, this one is applicable for cloth, wood, rubber, paper, and plastics. Okay? Kapag class B, of course, this one is designed for gasoline, grease, or oil. Kapag class C fire extinguisher, this one is for electrical fires. No? Kapag class D, of course, this one is combustible metals. Kapag class K, of course, this one is for kitchen fires. Okay, so nakuha po natin ha. Kapag electrical fires, of course, that is class C fire extinguisher. We go to item number 30, kapag PPE. Oh, ito, PPE, no? Ano pong definition ito, no? Or PPE stands for, is it a professional project estimate? Letter B, power plant engineering. Letter C, personal protective equipment. Or letter D, primary pressure engine. What is your choice? Item number 30. Paklipag po sa ating comment section. Sige, paklipag po. Item number 30, kapag PPE, yung ating pinag-uusapan, of course, this is what we call personal protective equipment. Okay? Tanda lamang po natin, no? Kapag sinabi po natin PPE, of course, ito po ay yung mga gear, no, na sinusuot po natin para maprotektahan po natin yung ating mga sarili, no, from any type of hazard. Okay? This involves po yung ating mga safety goggles, no, yung ating mga gloves, yung ating mga helmets, and even po yung ating mga earplugs, no, or air protection and protective clothing. Okay, yan po yung ating PPE o yung ating personal protective equipment. Okay, so pahingi po ng thumbs up no, sa ating comment section kapag gusto nyo po ng 2-minute break. Okay, 2-minute break lamang po tayo. Okay, para mas madali po tayong matapos. No? Sige, pahingi po ng thumbs up no, kung gusto niyo ng 2-minute break. Sige, item number 30, of course, ang tupak na choice would be letter C. O sige, pahingi na po ng thumbs up sa ating comment section. Okay, pasensya po na wala po. Okay, teachers, babalik po tayo right after 2 minutes. Alright, so we are back now, no? Sige, magparamdam na po sa ating comment section. Again, kapag handa na po tayo, no, magparamdam na sa ating comment section, pahingi na po ng red hearts, no? Galing po sa ating mga TLE majors and of course, pahingi din po ng blue hearts, no? Coming from our TVTED majors. Sige, magparamdam na po dyan no, sa ating comment section. And of course, kapag handang-handa na po tayo, pakilapag po, ready na. Then, kapag handang-handa na po tayo makipagbardagulan sa ating comment section at excited na i-ace po yung ating napapalapit na licensure examination, pakilapag po, ready na sa ating comment section. Okay, so I see blue hearts, no, coming from Miss Eunice. Okay, blue heart coming from Sir Francisco. And of course, no, wag na po tayong magpaligoy-ligoy pa, no? Let's continue our discussion with item number 31. Your question here. What is the process of adding water to mortar that has started to stiffen to restore its workability? Is it A, hydration, letter B, retempering, letter C, slamping, or letter D, curing? What is your choice? Item number 31. Paklabag po. Again, we are talking about here the process of adding water to mortar, no, that has started to stiffen to restore its workability, okay? Para magamit po natin ulit yung ating mortar dito, no? So ano po yung tawag sa proseso na yan? Is that A, hydration, letter B, retempering, letter C, slumping, or letter D, curing? What is your choice? Item number 31. I see letter B as, okay? Ang gagaling, of course, that is correct, no? That is what we call retempering na tinatawag, okay? Tanda lamang po natin, no? Kapag sinabi po natin retempering, of course, it is the process of adding small amount of water to mortar that has already begun to stiffen in order for us no, to restore its workability and plasticity so it can still be applied easily during masonry work. Okay, yan po yung ating red tempering na tinatawag. Okay, so nakuha po natin ha. Item number 31, larami po yung ating tumpak na choice. We go to item number 32. Which tool is used to cut bricks accurately by striking it with a hammer? Is it a brick set, larami jointer, larami hook, or letter D, Darby? What is your choice? Item number 32. Again, we are just talking about here a type of tool no, na ginagamit po natin to cut our bricks. Okay? Good evening, sir. Meron po ba sa ICT? We are done with our final coaching, no? Sa ICT, okay? So we had our coach last time. So posted na po sa ating mga private groups, okay? So for those po na hahabol pa, open pa rin po, no? Hanggang ngayon, pwede pang humabol, okay? You just have to send a message po sa aking social media account, most especially po sa aking Facebook account. Just search my name, Jeff Hermoso Pascual. Again, kung gusto po ninyong humabol no, sa ating final coaching, just search me and message me no, on my account, Jeff Hermoso Pascual. Okay? I see letter A, and of course, that is correct. No? That is what we call the brick set na tinatawag. Okay? Tanda naman po natin, kapag sinabi po natin brick set, of course, ito po yung ating specialized masonry chisel no, na ginagamit po natin for cutting or splitting bricks in blocks. Okay? Yan po yung ating brick set. Kapag jointer, kasi of course, ito naman po ay ginagamit natin no, to shape and smooth mortar joints. Okay? Between bricks. Okay? Yan po yung ating jointer. Kapag hook, kasi of course, ito po ay flat square tool no, na ginagamit po natin to hold mortar while applying it with a trowel during masonry work. Kapag Darby, of course, ito naman po ay long flat tool na ginagamit po natin in plastering or concrete finishing to level and smooth large surfaces. Okay, so nakuha po natin ha, the one that is used to cut bricks, that is the brick set. May huling pabaon po ba? May pabaon po kami, no? But mga pabaon questions po yun. Okay? So, for those po na interested na mag-join, pwede pa po kayong humabol. Okay? So, yung ating inclusions po, no, for final coaching, you will be availing yung mga tips and techniques, yung PDF copies po ng ating presentations, okay, yung ating final coaching. You will be availing po yung ating recorded discussions, okay? 4 na discussions po, covering po yung ating IA, yung ating HE, yung ating ICT, and even po yung ating APA, no? So we are done with the 3 sub-areas. Ito na po yung panghuli, no? Ito po yung ating Industrial Arts Technology, okay? And of course, meron din po tayong mga mastery test, no? And pre-board examination. So kung gusto po ninyo mag-avail, 130 pesos po, murang-mura para po sa inyo. Okay, so we go to item number 33 in wood finishing, gritting or sanding with the grain is done too. Is that a create deep scratches for better paint grip. Let me remove the natural color of the wood. Let it prevent visible scratches across the wood fibers or let it increase the moisture content of the wood. Okay, so ano po yung tupak na choice? Ilan po yung final coaching nyo? Sabi ni Sir Robert, final coaching na po ito. Okay? Final coaching na po ito. Okay? This will be our last session na po. Okay? So more on pabaon questions na po kami. O, sige, item number 33 kapag grading and sanding. Of course, yung tupak na choice natin dito would be letter C, no? To prevent visible scratches across the wood fibers. Okay, we go to item number 34. What is the standard spacing on center? Okay, standard spacing on center for wall studs in most residential wood frame construction. Is it A 12 inches, letter B 16 inches, letter C 20 inches, or letter D 24 inches? What is your choice? Item number 34. Paklapag po. Again, the standard spacing no on center. Tandaan po natin ha. On center for wall studs. Okay, so ano po ito? Is that A12, letter B 16, letter C 20, or letter D 24? Of course, yung tupak na choice natin dito would be, this is letter, magdiwang po lahat na nasagot ng letter B, that is 16 inches. Okay, tanda lamang po natin, no? Ito po yung ating mga wall studs. Okay, so of course, yung standard measurement po natin dito, that would be 16 inches, no? On center po ng ating mga wall studs mismo. Again, tandaan po, in standard residential wood frame construction, yung common spacing po, no, para po sa ating mga wall studs is 16 inches on center. Okay, kumbaga, this measurement refers to the distance from the center of one stud, okay, from the center of one stud to the center of the next stud, okay, that is 16 inches. Okay, so nakuha po natin ha, 34 letter B po yung ating tumpak na choice. Bakit hindi mo ma-open yung mga PDF file? Okay? Try po ninyong mag-download ng WPS. Okay? Kasi po no, naka-WPS po yun. So at least you have to download po yung app mismo no, para ma-open po natin yung ating mga files no, or documents. We go to item number 35. Which type of hinge is completely concealed when the door is closed? Again, we are talking about here the type of hinge no, completely concealed when the door is closed. Okay, so it means hindi po natin siya makikita, no? Every time we close the door. So kapag tinanong po ano po yung mga hinge, yan po ay yung mga bisagra. Okay, so I hope you are familiar with that one. Okay. Is that a butt hinge, letter B piano hinge, letter C sauce hinge, or letter D strap hinge? What is your choice? So item number 35, what is your choice here? Pakalabag po sa ating comment section. Okay, pakilapag. Item number 35 by Silara Cs, and of course, that is correct, no? Yan po yung ating sauce hinge na tinatawag. Okay, tanda naman po natin, no? Ano po ba yung itsura niyan? Ito po siya mismo. Okay, so every time we close the doors, hindi po natin siya makikita, no? Kumbaga naka-hide po siya or concealed. Okay, that is the sauce hinge. We go to item number 36, short circuit course. When is it A, the resistance becomes infinitely high, let it be current bypasses the load through a low resistance path, let us say the voltage drops to zero, or let it be the circuit is turned off at the switch. What is your choice? Item number 36. Okay, kapag short circuit po yung ating pinag-uusapan, of course, yung tupak na choice natin dito would be, this is letter P, no? Current bypasses the load through a low resistance path. Okay, tandaan po again, kapag sinabi po nating short circuit, of course, ito po yung ating electrical fault, no? Na nangyayari po siya every time, no? Or when the current flows through an unintended low resistance path, bypassing the normal load in the circuit. And of course, this causes a very large amount of current to flow, which can lead to overheating, damage to electrical components, or even fire hazards. Okay, yan po yung ating short circuit mismo. And of course, yung dapat po natin i-install sa ating mga circuit para ma-prevent po natin no, or maiwasan po natin yung short circuit. Of course, we will be installing our circuit breakers, no, yung ating mga protective devices. Okay? We go to item number 37. Which device is used to change the voltage level in an AC circuit? Is it a rectifier, letter B inverter, letter C transformer, or letter D alternator? What is your choice? Item number 37. Again, we are talking about here a type of device that is used to change the voltage level in an AC circuit. And of course, kapag ganito po yung ating na-encounter, no, gas-gas na po ito, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be letter C, no? Yan po ay transformer mismo. Okay, tanda naman po natin, kapag sinabi po natin transformer, of course, ito po yung ating electrical device na kaya-kaya po niyang i-change yung ating voltage level in an alternating current circuit through the principle of electromagnetic induction. And of course, kayang-kaya po niyang i-step up, no, or i-increase, step down, or i-decrease po yung ating mga voltage, no, while transferring electrical energy between two coils. Okay, yan po yung ating transformer. Kapag rectifier, of course, ito naman po ay yung klase po ng ating device, no, na kayang-kaya po niyang i-convert yung ating AC to DC. Okay, yan po yung ating rectifier. Kapag inverter, of course, ito po ay kabaliktaran, no? Kaya po niyang i-convert yung ating DC to AC. Kapag alternator, of course, ito po ay generator, no, that produces AC electricity for mechanical energy. Diba? Usually po, ginagamit po natin ito sa ating mga vehicles. Okay, sana nakuha po natin ha, letter C po, yung ating tumpak na choice. We go to item number 38. What does the term service drop refer to? Is that A, the sudden loss of power in a neighborhood? Letter B, the overhead wires extending from the utility pole to the building. Letter C, the internal wiring inside a breaker panel. Or letter D, a tool used to pull wires through a conduit. What is your choice? Sige, item number 38, kapag service drop, yung ating pinag-uusapan, no? So what will be your choice here? Is that A, B, C, or letter D? Siyam na daw yung mali ni Sir Virgil. Okay, wala pong problema yan. Sige, item number 38, kapag service drop, yung ating pinag-uusapan, of course, yung tupak na choice natin dito would be letter B, no? The overhead wires extending from the utility pole to the building. Okay, yan po yung ating service drop. Again, kapag sinabi po natin service drop, it refers to the overhead electrical conductors that run from the utility pole to a building, delivering electricity from the power distribution system to the consumer service entrance. Okay, yan po yung ating service drop mismo. We go to item number 39, which logic gate outputs true only if both inputs are true. Okay, so magiging 1 siya kapag lamang yung dalawang inputs niya ay 1. So ano pong klaseng logic gate ito? Is it a OR gate, letter B, NOT gate, letter C, AND gate, or letter D, XOR gate? What is your choice? Item number 39. Kapag ganito po yung ating na-encounter, of course, yung tupak na choice natin dito would be, this is letter C, no? That is AND gate. Kasi nga po, yung formula nito would be multiply. Okay? Multiply lamang po natin yan. So, it means, kapag yung isang input po natin ay 1, yung isang input naman ay 1, multiply po natin 1 times 1, and that gives you 1. Okay? That is AND gate, no? So, kumbaga, kapag 0 po yung isang input niya, the answer will always be 0. Okay? Kasi multiply po natin 0 times 1, and of course, the answer will always be 0. Okay, yan yung ating AND gate ha. It will only true, okay, yung output niya magiging true lamang yan kapag yung dalawang inputs niya ay true or 1. Okay, we go to item number 40. What is the primary purpose of heat sink in electronic devices? So, dapat alam nyo po ito, no? Kapag heat sink po yung ating pinag-uusapan, of course, yung tupak na choice natin dito would be, this is letter C, no? To dissipate heat away from sensitive components. Okay, ito na lamang po natin, kapag sinabi po natin heat sink, of course, ito po yung klase ng na device, no? Made of highly conductive materials, katulad po ng ating aluminum or copper, that is attached po sa ating mga electronic components to absorb and dissipate excess heat into the surrounding air. Okay, yan po ating heat sink mismo. We go to item number 41, an integrated circuit or IC, commonly referred to as a blank. Is it a breadboard? Let it be microchip, let it be relay, or let it be potentiometer. What is your choice? Item number 41. Kapag IC po yung ating pinag-uusapan, of course, this one is considered as a microchip. Okay? Yan po yung ating integrated circuit. And of course, ito po yung kanyang mga itsura. No? Yan po yung ating IC mismo. No? Commonly, tinatawag po natin ito as microchip. And of course, ito pa ay small electronic device made of semiconductor material that contains many miniature electronic components katulad po ng ating mga transistors, ng ating mga resistors, and even po yung ating capacitors, no? Integrated into a single chip. Okay, yan po yung ating integrated circuit or IC. We go to item number 42. What is the standard slope for a horizontal drain pipe measuring 2.5 inches to ensure proper drainage? Again, kapag standard slope po no, sa ating mga horizontal drain pipe, that is 2.5 inches. Okay, so what will be your choice here? Is that a 1/8 inch per foot? Let it be 1/4 inch per foot. Let us see 1/2 inch per foot, or let it be 1 inch per foot. Sige, item number 42. Sa mga naka-avail po, for those na naka-avail po sa ating final coaching, meron po tayong private group, no? Sige, item number 42, kapag horizontal drain pipe, that is, kapag standard slope yung ating pinag-usapan, that is 1/4 inch, no? 1/4 inch per foot. Okay, ito na lamang po natin, no? Kapag yung pipe diameter po ng, yung diameter po mismo ng ating pipe, that is equivalent to 2.5 inches, no? Or smaller, it means yung minimum slope po niyan, that is 1/4 inch per foot, no? That is the minimum slope for 2.5 inches or smaller pipe diameter. Kapag 3 inches to 6 inches, that is, yung recommended slope po niyan would be 1/8 inches per foot. No? Kapag 8 inches or larger, of course, that would be 1/16 inch per foot. Okay, sana nakuha po natin ha. Item number 42, kapag 2.5 inches diameter of pipe, of course, the standard slope here would be 1/4. Okay, 1/4 inch per foot. We go to item number 43. Which material is most commonly used for modern residential piping? Okay. Modern residential PEX piping. Is that a polyvinyl chloride? Let it be cross-linked polyethylene. Let us say chlorinated polyvinyl chloride, or let it be cast iron. Sige. Item number 43, kapag modern residential PEX piping. No? Modern residential PEX piping. What is your choice here? Ilang items po? 50 items. Okay, so we only have 7 questions left. Sige, 43. What is your choice? I see letter C's, I see letter B's. And of course, kapag for modern residential, that is cross-linked polyethylene. Okay, tanda naman po natin ha. Kapag sinabi po natin cross-linked polyethylene, of course, ito po ay flexible, no, durable plastic material na ginagamit po natin in our modern residential plumbing for water supply lines. And of course, its cross-linked structure gives it high resistance to heat, pressure, and chemical corrosion na napaka-ideal po no, for both hot and cold water distribution in homes. Okay, yan po yung ating cross-link polyethylene. We go to item number 44. What is the purpose of the expansion valve in the refrigeration cycle? Is that to increase the pressure of the liquid refrigerant? Let it be to turn the compressor on and off. Let us say to filter out moisture from the lines, or let it be to reduce the pressure of the refrigerant, causing it to cool. What is your choice? Sige, item number 44, kapag expansion valve yung ating hinahanap, of course, ang tumpak na choice natin dito would be letter G, no? To reduce the pressure of the refrigerant, causing it to cool. Okay, tanda lang po natin again ha, kapag sinabi po natin expansion valve, of course, ito po yung key component po ng ating refrigeration cycle na kaya-kaya po niyang i-control yung flow po ng ating liquid refrigerant into the evaporator. And of course, by reducing the pressure of the refrigerant, it allows the refrigerant to expand and evaporate. Okay? Kaya Lara D po yung ating tumpak na choice. We go to item number 45. What does SEER stand for in HVAC ratings? Is it a seasonal energy efficiency ratio? Let it be system energy efficiency ratio. Let it be standard electrical energy rating. Or let it be seasonal environmental energy rate. What is your choice? Item number 45. O sige, mag-guess na lang po tayo dito ha. Kapag medyo hindi po tayo familiar sa ganitong abbreviation. Sige, 45 kapag SEER, ano po yan? Of course, that is what we call seasonal energy efficiency ratio, no? Yan po yung ating SEER. And of course, ito po yung ating rating, no, that measures the cooling efficiency of an air conditioning or heat pump system over an entire cooling season. And of course, this one is calculated as the total cooling output in BTUs, no, divided by the total electrical energy input in 1 hours. Okay, yan po yung ating SEER, yung ating seasonal energy efficiency ratio. We go to item number 46 in the rule of thirds. Where should the most important elements of a design be placed? Is it A, directly in the center of the frame? Let it be along the very outer edges. Let us see at the intersections of the horizontal and vertical grid lines, or let it be in the bottom left corner only. What is your choice? Item number 46. Again, we are talking about here in the rule of thirds, no? Where should the most important elements of a design be placed? Is it A, directly in the center of the frame? Let it be along the very outer edges. Let us see at the intersections of the horizontal and vertical grid lines, or let it be in the bottom left corner only. I see let us see is, and that is correct, no? At the intersections of the horizontal and vertical grid lines. Okay, tanda naman po natin, no? Kapag sinabi kasi nating rule of thirds dito, no, ito po yung ating design and photography guidelines na dinidivide po natin yung ating frame into 9 equal parts na using po yung ating dalawang horizontal lines and dalawang vertical lines. Okay? Okay, just wait for a while. All right, so let's continue with item number 47. Okay, pagpasensyahan po natin yung ating connection, no? So, gabi na medyo hindi ko na-control yung ating signal dito, no? Sige, item number 47, no? Serifs are is it a small decorative strokes at the ends of letter characters? Let it be spaces between paragraphs. Let it say tools used to mix ink colors, or let it be measurement units for paper weight. What is your choice? Kapag serif po yung ating pinag-uusapan, of course, ang tupak na choice natin dito would be letter A, no? That is small decorative strokes at the ends of letter characters. Okay? Ito po yung itsura niya mismo, no? Kita po niyan yung nag-extend po na part, okay, yung mga decorative part po ng ating mga fonts, no? That is what we call the serif. Okay, ito lamang po yung ating small decorative lines or strokes added to the ends of the main strokes of letters in certain typefaces. Okay, yan po yung ating serif mismo. We go to item number 48, no, which component is responsible for timing the opening and closing of the engine's intake and exhaust valves. And of course, kapag ganito po, yung tupak na choice natin dito would be, this is letter B, no? Yan po yung ating camshaft na tinatawag. Tanda lamang po natin, kapag sinabi po natin camshaft, of course, ito po yung ating key engine component na kayang-kaya po niyang i-control, no? Controls the precise timing of the intake and exhaust valves. And of course, its cam lobes push on the valve lifters or rockers arms to open and close the valves at the correct points in the engine cycle. Okay, yan po yung ating camshaft mismo. Kapag crankshaft kasi, of course, kaya naman po nito, no, na i-convert po yung ating piston's linear motion into rotational motion. Okay, yan po yung ating crankshaft. Kapag spark plug, of course, it provides the spark to ignite the fuel-air mixture. Kapag differential, of course, it distributes the torque to the vehicle's wheels. Okay, so nakuha po natin ha. Kapag responsable po for timing and the opening and closing of the engine's intake and exhaust valves, that is the camshaft. We go to item number 49, no, differential. Again, the main function of the differential, of course, kapag ganito kung matanungan, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be letter A, no? To allow the drive wheels to rotate at different speeds during a turn. Okay? Tanda naman po natin, kapag sinabi po natin differential dito, ito po yung ating mechanical device, no, in a vehicle's drivetrain that allows the drive wheels to rotate at different speeds, especially kapag po yung ating vehicle is turning. Okay? Yan po yung ating differential na tinatawag. We go to item number 50, a PCV valve or positive crankcase ventilation is used to is that they increase fuel pressure. Let B, recirculate crankcase gases back into the engine to be burned. Let C, control the timing of the spark, or let D, filter the air entering the cabin. What is your choice? Item number 50. Kapag PCV valve, of course, yung purpose po nito would be letter B, no? To recirculate crankcase gases back into the engine to be burned. Again, tandaan po, kapag sinabi po tayong PCV, okay? Ito po yung ating emission control device, no, in our internal combustion engine na kayang-kaya po niyang i-redirect yung ating mga harmful gases, no, from the crankcase back into the intake manifold where they are burned in the combustion chamber. Okay, yan po yung ating PCV o yung ating positive crankcase ventilation. Okay, letter B po, yung ating tumpak na choice. And of course, that ends our discussion tonight, no? Pahingi po ng inyong mga scores. Okay? Out of 50, ilan po yung ating nakuha? Sige. Out of 50, ilan po yung ating nakuha? Paki-flex po ng ating mga scores. And of course, no, for those po na nag-avail po ng ating final coaching at siya yung ating regular membership, do not worry. Our file will be uploaded and of course together with our recorded discussion. Okay? So, pwede po ninyong balikan ito, no? And please, antabayan na din po natin yung ating mga private groups, yung ating community chat, no? Kasi nagsisend po ako ng mga pabaon questions doon. Okay? So tomorrow, I will be sending another pabaon questions. Okay? So out of 50, ilan po nakuha natin? 38 out of 50, 45 out of 50, 44, 47, 47, 45 ng 45, 46, 44, and 46. And of course, that ends our discussion tonight. Thank you so much po teachers. Let's claim and let's manifest na tayo po ay magiging licensed professional teachers very, very soon. Mag-o-oath taking po tayo. No? Hindi po pwede na matatapos yung 2026 na hindi po tayo mag-o-oath taking as licensed professional teachers. Okay? Thank you so much po teachers. No? May God bless all and please, 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 please ace the board examination. Okay? This will be our last session na po. And please, bumalik po kayo kapag licensed professional teachers na po kayo, no? For the last time po, papasa po ba? Again, gusto niyo po bang pumasa, no? Papasa na ba? Kaya na bang ipasa yung ating licensure exam? O, sige. O, sige, paki-confirm po, no? Kung kaya na po natin ipasa yung ating licensure examination. Sige. Kaya na bang ipasa yan? Papasa na ba? Okay, papasa na, of course. At magiging LPT na po tayo very, very soon. No? And of course, here, bago po tayo mag-iwahiwalay, I would like to leave a quote here. Do it scared, do it broke, do it tired, do it alone. Just do it. Okay? Maniwala po tayo sa ating mga sarili, no? Wala na pong ibang maniniwala sa atin, kundi yung sarili na po natin mismo, no? So, hindi po pwede, do not expect na yung iba maniniwala sa iyo, in fact, wala ka naman tiwala sa sarili mo, di ba la? So you have to trust yourself, no? You have to trust your knowledge, no? You have done your best and let God do the rest. Okay? Thank you so much po, teachers. Good night. And bumalik po kayo bilang mga LPTs na. Huwag po kayong bumalik na mga reviewers pa rin. Okay? Good night po, teachers. God bless us all. Enjoy the rest of the night. And good luck po sa inyong mga exam, no? Good luck po sa inyo sa inyong napapalapit na licensure exam this Sunday. Okay? Bye-bye po.